Hey, welcome to 100 Days of Making Minis. This is Tom, and this is day 39. And I've continued work on Swordsgirl, as you can see here, concept. Working on the boots and feet. It's always good to, when you're working with putty especially, to get the feet and the legs, the base done and kind of situated on your miniature. It helps give it a lot of stability, makes it a little easier to sculpt on. And a lot of times the pants and stuff are usually some of the lowest layers of the figure that you'll end up doing, you know, as you add on more clothes and elements like that. But yeah, I figured, you know, I sculpted this part and I was like, well, what should I do for my video today? And I figured I want to get this other boot done, so I figured I would chat with you a little bit while I sculpt some. And yeah, tell you about things that are coming up. So Adepticon is officially 1 week away. I guess there will technically be some festivities going on Wednesday, at least in the evening, but it doesn't officially start until Thursday. So that's when I will be there. I will be getting there Thursday evening, probably after the vendor hall closes, but there's always lots of events and stuff going on afterwards, so I look forward to walking around, checking stuff out, and seeing lots of friends that I only get to see at these conventions a couple times a year. So I will be teaching two sculpting classes, one on Friday, I believe at 5 o'clock, or it might be 4:30. I think it's 5 o'clock though. And then that's on sculpting miniatures and Fimo with polyclay. And the other one is on Sunday at 11:30, and that's sculpting faces. So I'm excited to do those. This is my first time teaching at Adepticon. I've taught at Gen Con many times, but really excited. I know the guys that run the hobby events here, and they do an amazing job at Adepticon, and I really love the show, so I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm hoping to make this a yearly occurrence, to get there and be a part of the crew. So not sure how many of you are going to be at the show, but if you're there, definitely look me up. Like I said, I only have 2 classes on those 2 days. They're 2 hours each, and the rest of the time I'll just be tooling around, hanging out, hopefully playing games, and you know, doing some sculpt jamming with folks if people are there with their stuff. That would be really cool. Love to get that going again. So so as you can see, I had done the legs in this one boot over here. I just realized actually I want this foot to be turned out a little bit more, so I need to massage that over some. But the thing I was going to say is, when you are doing a miniature, it's actually extremely helpful to try and do symmetrical parts at once. So for instance, the feet. It's a very good idea to try and do them at the same time, and one of the reasons for that is a trick you can do is you can pinch off 2 similar pieces of putty, and you can put them on the 2 sides. Where I've sculpted that one all in one go, or at one time, and now I'm doing this one, I've got to, you know, obviously pinch off the putty separately, which means that I have to play with it a lot more to make sure that the same amount of material is there, to ensure that it's the same size. So if I would have just done it at the same time, would have saved me some trouble here, but I know I'll get it. It'll just take a little bit. So as always, like I mentioned, bulk out the shape, and get that general form that you're looking for on the piece before anything else. Because once you have that down, that's when you can start putting in all those little extra details, and stuff will fall into place much better. Hopefully this is staying in focus. I think it's trying to focus on the mat every now and then. Might have to get a flat background sometime again, like I used to have. So when I'm done with these legs here, I'll add on those kind of, I don't know what they are, like knee guard pieces to the boots. I'll put those on as separate pieces because they're kind of on a separate level, another level from there. Okay, let's get these feet shaped. I love giving the subtle shape to the feet rather than just having these big blocks. Yeah, I just gotta try and get it to match the other one. Really like how the right foot turned out. Oh, yep, it's unfocusing again. There we go. Try and keep my hand behind it a little more. That should help. All right, that's getting closer. And as you can see, I'm just using my main four trusty tools on this. I'll end up breaking out this pin tool in a little bit. It's great for making those real subtle little creases, but pretty much most everything I'm doing is going to be with these four tools, and probably mostly these two tools until I need to make some cuts or make some really small adjustments. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else about Adepticon I can talk about. I don't know. I'm very excited though. It looks like it's going to be, I haven't been in 2 years, and 2 years ago was the first time that they were in the new venue at the Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel, which was awesome. And I was looking at the vendor hall this time, and it seems so much more filled out. Like there's a lot of people coming, a lot of companies. I mean, even Games Workshop's going to be there, and I don't know if they've ever been there, had a presence there, except for as Forge World, but with all the announcements they're making, I guess it makes sense to kind of get back there, especially since the majority of players and people there are 40K people still. So it's good to see them kind of getting back into putting themselves back into the hobby in general, instead of trying to make themselves a pipeline, vertically integrated system where there's nothing else but Games Workshop. I love Games Workshop, but obviously there's a lot of other things out there. You know, even my stuff, you know. If it's all Games Workshop, then I couldn't be doing miniatures unless I was working for them. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to stop there, at least the video. I'm going to finish up the details off camera, because this isn't the best position to be in for sculpting those little intricacies. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.